We are prepping for a trip. I'll tell you about it later. But right now, this is the opening of the trailer to clean things up a bit and put things together and get ready to go on the road in about a week. So it's time to do some cleaning. The bad news is I've got to clean the whole thing. One of the good news is it's not a big room. And the other good news is I kind of did a pretty good cleaning before we packed it away for the winter. But it's time to go through it again. I've got my rags and I got my cleaner of choice, which is 409. Fantastic is good, and today there's a lot of others, but 409's been around for a long time and it really is a good cleaner. So let's get started. I have a niece, by the way, who's very handy with making stuff like this. We've got this great banner from Shenandoah National Park, but I've never been able to keep it up here with any type of 3M strips or anything. So it looks like we're going to try to do some hot glue. And if I ever need to take it apart, it should pull off, the glue should peel off or strip off. Okay, that's good. I am about to drill 2 holes in my new floor. New trash can. We had a shorter one, but it just wasn't enough. This isn't a full-size 14-gallon one, but it's a little bigger. So, I'm gonna mount this on the floor. It stays permanently, and gotta drill through it though to do that. And yesterday, I took the Zerk fittings and greased the wheel with some lithium grease. It had been about 8,000 miles since I did it, so it was long overdue. I did not film that because, well, 1, it's greasy, and 2, the phone would have been covered with grease because it is a messy job. This license plate light cover has a crack in it right there. So before I lose it completely, I'm going to put a little super glue on it and push it together, and then put a little accelerator. It's on.
Oh, it is on.
Oh, you guys watched you come out.
Okay.
For those of you who don't know, this is my wife, Joyce.
Hi.
She's in videos frequently, particularly when we start traveling.
Yes.
And I'm waiting for paint to dry. This is officially my thinking chair, which is my excuse as I get older to sit down for a few minutes once in a while. Beautiful day, huh?
Yes, it's gorgeous.
The leaves are about, maybe 70% grown
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
And I've had to cut the lawn once. But,
Water it too.
Yeah, I watered it. Although we got a lot of rain last night. We got 3
Yes.
inches of rain.
Yeah.
But we had a little bit of a 2 or 3 weeks without any. There's a breeze. It's about 74 degrees, I think. So this is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Well, getting exciting for the trip.
Yeah.
Where are we going? You do know, right?
Yes. We're gonna go visit my daughters in New York, and then and then we're going to Hershey Park. And
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. And then Tennessee, Dollywood.
Yeah. And for roller coasters, Miss Joyce is like this roller coaster junkie.
No.
You go on them all, don't you, pretty much? Well, there's one you didn't go on.
One, maybe two.
Two. And we've been on dozens and dozens of roller coasters, so she goes on all of them. Yeah.
We'll see.
There aren't too many older people on them. We're all a bunch of kids usually, but I love roller coasters.
Yeah, he's the one.
And Joyce does too, right?
Right.
Right. Okay. She's a great lady. She rides roller coasters with me. Oh dear. But today is Sunday, and
oh, yes, it is.
It
is Sunday. Yeah. Yes.
And we'll be leaving in 7 days, next Sunday. Stopping over to visit my one of my daughters with her husband and two grandchildren that we have in the Albany area in New York. And we'll be getting there Sunday, staying over Monday, which is Memorial Day weekend, and Monday's Memorial Day, and then getting on the road the next day because we don't want to be traveling on Memorial Day.
Yeah.
And Tuesday might actually be
a better day.
But I don't know. People might be going home from places on Tuesday. We'll find out.
Yeah.
And as usual, we gamble and try to find state park camping as we can, and we usually are able to find something. We don't reserve ahead of time unless it's the day before we're traveling.
Yeah.
That we reserve, but we usually have pretty good luck.
Yes.
And when we're out west, there's tons of boondocking. You can pull off the road in many places, but you can't do that as much on the East Coast.
No.
But looking forward to the trip.
Yes.
There'll be one now, and there'll be a big one in the fall, and that involves Canada.
Yes.
Which we haven't been to in 30 years, except crossing over where Niagara Falls was a ways back.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing some boondocking up there because we're going a bit north in Canada on the East Coast, maritime area. But we're coming to a close as far as the camper being ready to go. We still have to pack it and everything, but as far as all those odds and ends to get done, we are finished. Well, it's been good talking with you, my dear.
Yes.
And you're probably going to get back to your reading, right? What are you reading now? Do you know the name of it?
It's just a mountain man.
Mountain Man.
Yeah.
Well, that's not like me at all.
No.
Is it like sappy?
Yes.
Yes.
It's
sappy books and Hallmark movies.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh dear. Okay. Great.
Yep. Bye.
Little flashlights. These little flashlights from Walmart, which are very bright, have 3 Let me take the tag off here. Have a little cartridge with 3 batteries in it. We have 2 of them, 3 of them actually, one's in the house, that are 3 years old and they're still just as bright. We picked up a couple of them because the other ones are old, so these are new, and they always cost $1. I mean, I think that's probably how much the batteries would cost if you were to buy some good ones, but these things are $1 and they just last forever for, you know, how we use them. So good for walking around at night and just having a little light when you need it. This little stove is a Coleman. It's called the Coleman Triton. It's one of their higher end ones, I guess. It's been a great little stove. It's cooked food and heated water in all the lower 48 states. We've had it for quite a while. The first one they sent me had a defect, but they were very good. I got online, asked them about it. A week later, there was a new one on my doorstep. You know, I had to plug it in, try it out, because you can't take off with a dead stove. Although, remember, there's a Walmart every 20 miles, so you can always find something, in other stores too. I also have an adapter for a 20-pound barbecue bottle. And when we park ourselves for a while, I'll often hook that up. But these little 1-pound bottles are very convenient, and they last quite a while. So all cleaned up. I should clean them more often, so it really never gets perfectly clean, but it's good to go. I'm going to put it away. And this, which I'm putting in now, is my big battery. And I'm not just calling it a big battery, but that's the name of it. BigBattery.com. When I went from AGM batteries to lithium, the reason I did it is that the wet cell batteries, although good, after about 3 years, they started to not be as strong. I had 2 of them, which is about 200 amps, and I kind of like either needed to replace them or get a third one to kind of bring it back up to snuff to where it was. At the time, I thought, geez, you know, another battery in here, I have to fit it under the counter. So I decided to look into lithium, and those wet cell batteries were like $170, $80 a piece. So I was looking at replacing a couple or getting another one, and then eventually replacing at least 2 of those down the road. And I decided to go with lithium. And I chose Big Battery because it's a company that gives a 10-year warranty. No questions asked, and well, maybe some questions, but you know, replacement warranty. This unit is 202 amps, and it's 12 volts, and the company sells various current ones and 24, 48 volt, whatever you want. Stainless steel case. Inside it's so well made. Big circuit board instead of wires to connect the batteries to each other. Whatever cables they have are big, and they have a mechanical hydraulic press that puts the connectors on. Really good BMS, pre-balanced, and it's just been really good. It's given us a tremendous amount of longevity on using all the stuff in the trailer. Got a Victron charger that is right now supplying 15 amps to the camper when the battery's not connected. And it charges this, and I have a Victron shunt that lets me look at the status of this on the app on my phone. So all in all, it was just a major upgrade from the wet cell batteries. And I'm glad we did it. And over time, this will probably be the same price or cheaper than 10 years of wet cell batteries, replacing them 2 or 3 times and dealing with all that bulk. So, time to install. This is an Anderson connector, and it makes connecting this thing really easy. So what we've got here is, of course, the battery and the Victron charger, and right up top there's the wireless Bluetooth shunt, which is really kind of nice. I'll show you some screens. And of course the cutoff switch and a place to plug it in. When you start the app, you get an overview of how things are going, or you can get a little more detail and even a graph of your use over time. And this is where the charger's at in the recovery process. Very simple, really, and easy to install and easy to manage. There isn't a whole lot to it. It's still a lot of wires hanging down, that's all. And the charger and the battery just unplug, and I bring them into the house in the winter. Next year, though, I'll bring it in at about 80 or 70% charged. It doesn't need to be 100%. It would be healthier if it wasn't, though. In the next video, we'll be packing up and taking off and getting to the first leg of our journey. If you haven't subscribed, do so and join in.